Welcome back to Forward Living Ministries channel. If you're new here on this channel, we talk about purpose, kingdom living, and church leadership, which is one of my favorite passions and areas of expertise. If you're interested in becoming a leader, growing as a leader, or you like one-on-one leadership coaching, you can connect with me through my website at forwardliving.org. That's forwardliving.org. Now, let's get into today's leadership moment. The topic today is why leadership is declining in the church. I'm seeing and hearing a lot of complaints about leaders not leading at an effective capacity. This is happening both inside and outside of the church. And while it's easy to criticize leadership, we have to ask the real question, why is leadership declining in the church? I want to break this down into 5 points. Point 1, faithful versus formed leaders. Here's one of the biggest issues. We cannot put people in leadership just because they are faithful to attending church or serving in a ministry. Faithfulness is important, but faithfulness alone does not equal leadership readiness. Leadership requires vision. Leadership requires maturity. Leadership requires accountability. Leadership requires the ability to steward people, not just positions. Just because someone shows up does not mean they know how to lead others forward. Point 2, charisma over character. Another reason leadership is declining is because the church has, at times, elevated charisma over character. We celebrate gifting, but we neglect formation. We applaud talent, but we avoid accountability. And when character isn't developed privately, leadership will eventually collapse publicly. Biblical leadership flows from integrity, not influence. Point number 3, no leadership development pipeline. Listen, many churches have programs, but no leadership pipelines. We are producing attenders instead of disciples, volunteers instead of leaders. Jesus didn't just gather crowds, he developed leaders. Paul just didn't preach, he mentored. If we don't intentionally train people how to lead, we cannot be surprised when leadership is weak. Point 4, visionless leadership produces frustration. Leadership without vision is just management. Leadership without vision is just management. One must know how to lead with vision and build teams that produce kingdom success. Vision gives direction. Vision creates alignment. Vision builds unity. Strong leaders don't do everything themselves. They develop teams. They delegate responsibility. They empower others to walk in purpose. Number 5, leadership statistics. Here's what the data confirms. Research shows that people who disengage from church consistently rate church leadership lower in areas like preaching, care, and overall effectiveness. In other words, when leadership lacks clarity, connection, or vision, people don't just leave quietly, they disconnect internally first. And here's another key insight. Studies comparing growing churches to declining churches show a clear difference. Here it is. Healthy churches develop more leaders per attendees, while declining churches do not, which tells us this: church growth is not just about attendance, it's about leadership capacity. When leaders are trained, when leaders are equipped and supported, the church thrives. When leadership development is neglected, the church struggles and teams feel the weight of it. So here's my closing charge for those of you that are leaders out there in the church or want to be leaders. Leadership in the church is not declining because God stopped calling people. It's declining because character is being skipped, discipleship is being rushed, and vision is being replaced with position. But God is restoring leaders who are rooted in truth, built in character, and committed to the kingdom impact. If you're called to lead, don't chase a title. Pursue transformation. If this leadership moment bless you, share it with the leader, share it with a pastor, or someone preparing for leadership. And remember, the kingdom doesn't just need more leaders, it needs better ones. I hope this has encouraged you, empowered you, and inspired you. For those of you that have a desire to become a leader, those of you that are in leadership, just remember to always develop yourself, study the leadership in the Bible. From we have Caleb, we have Joshua, we have so many other biblical characters, Moses, we have the ultimate character of the Bible, the ultimate leader, which was Jesus Christ. These are people that we can lean and glean from. We have Peter, we have Paul, we have plenty of leaders in the Bible that we can also lean from, not just from what we see here in today's society. But let's look at leadership from a different perspective and make sure that we are growing and we are being transformed as leaders. All right. See you next time on Forward Living Ministries. Bye bye.